What's good, traders? Welcome to another day in the boot camp. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to join my community, click the link in the description below. Today, we are going to be talking about news and event-based trading. Now, I will not tell you guys to trade news, or I'm not going to tell you guys that, you can make $1 million on news trading because, I know a lot of traders out there, they hear about news and they're like, that's the best time to trade. Okay. And yes, it can be, but you need to understand the news and you need to understand when is the best time to trade or when it's not, and why the market is becoming way more volatile. So, usually, when news occurs, the market becomes very, very volatile because the fundamental traders are now coming into the market. So, there's different types of traders. You've got the fundamentals and the technicals, right? Fundamentals, anything towards news, events, going on, any tweets that Donald Trump makes, Elon Musk makes, anyone that has the power to uh, put influence within the market, they usually are the people that have control. Not control, but they make the markets very volatile. For example, if a big, massive influencer says they are buying a cryptocurrency, let's just say an example, right? What would happen to that cryptocurrency? Everyone else will buy. And what would that do to the market? It will make the market move. Now, in my past videos, I did say that, you single-handedly cannot move the markets. Now, just because I said that news can make the market go in a certain direction doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen all the time. So sometimes the market is very volatile and people do make trades based on news and they get stopped out and they get, you see the obvious sells, you see the obvious buys, and you end up getting stopped out because it's too volatile. So I want to explain to you how you find these news and events based trading. Like, how do you find it and how you can improve your trading with this, right? So usually for me, I tend to not do any news based trading. And if there is any news based trading, I will make sure my stop loss is way larger than it is, or usually is, just to, in case we do have any liquidity or any volatility into the market, I can obviously hold that trade for a little bit longer. Okay. But usually what makes the market very, very volatile is news, right? Or is when, because that's where a lot of traders will be entering the markets, especially the fundamental traders, they come in. So we use this website called forexfactory.com, and this is just a platform where you can find out where the calendar, the calendar for the markets, right? So what's actually going on within the markets and so forth. And you can see over here, like, let's say we go for, this is for this week, for example, right? And you can see over here, like, just as a row, as a whole, right? You can see, like, we have yellows, we got orange folders, and we got red folders. Now, what's important is the red folders. The red folders is what gives you the high impact. You can see over here, we got impact, right? And if you guys are not aware, I think they also have a key right here, right? High impact expected, medium impact expected, low impact expected, and non-economic, meaning that it won't even make the markets move. For example, bank holidays or something like that, right? High impact are where the markets will make an impact. Okay, so let's say, for example, you're in the markets, you're trading gold, USD JPY, USD CAD, and GBP JPY, right? So you're trading GBP pairs, Japanese yen, USD, and Canadian dollars. Okay, so what you do next is, when you're looking at Forex Factory, you want to find out if those pairs are going to have high impact. So what I like to do is filter out the unnecessary data that we don't need, and we have a look and see, okay, cool. On here, we got USD on a Monday, which has already occurred. We got Swiss franc was on a Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Then you got USD again. Then you got AUD on a Wednesday. Then you got USD three times. This is PMI news, which occurs every single week, right? You can click on it, read it through, right? And we'll go through that. And then you got USD again, Canadian dollars, and then USD again. So right now I can see that there's no GBP in here. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to trade GBP, but I'm going to understand that GBP might be a little bit more choppy, a bit more slower, because there's no volatility. There's no big news happening with the Great British Pounds. JPY, there isn't any JPY on here. But then what we can do is we can look in the future. Let's look in the future, actually. You can look in the future, have a look. Okay, any JPYs? No, but we got Euro. Euro can affect Great British Pound. So we have a look at that. Okay, cool. That's on a Thursday next week. Thursday next week, we are going to have some sort of impact with GBP. Hold on one second, guys. Oh wow. You know when you talk so much and it's like your throat becomes very itchy. That's what I just had, but sorry about that, guys. So you need to understand that. So there are a few news that you guys need to like pay attention to, and some news that is not really that quite relevant. Okay. So one of them is the employment rates or unemployment rates. They're pretty important, right? So the Australian dollar, they have unemployment rates December the 12th. You can click on here and it'll explain to you what happens during this period. So it says percentage of the total workforce that is unemployed and actively seeking employment during the previous month. So for example, in November the 14th, we had price do actually pretty all right? It's pretty hasn't changed since October. So October the 17th, we had it was forecasted to be 4.2%. It was actually 4.1%, but it's still pretty high. So let's look October 17th on AUD pairs, right? So let's look October 17th on an AUD pair. So let's go on AUD pair, October 17th, right? And we're on a weekly, so let's actually go on daily. October, we're in October and 17th, boom, 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 15, 16, 17, right here. Okay, and look what happened. So I'm just gonna highlight it so we can like scale into it. Look what happened with this pair, right? We were going on a downtrend, and look what happened as soon as news decided to come. So watch this. Oh, right, 17th. Price came down, 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 down. This is all 16. And then 17th, we ended up having a reversal and price had this boom spike to the upside, right? This is 1 a.m. UK time. I think the news was around, 12:30, so half an hour after 1 a.m. And yeah, that's the impact of news. So you can see that boom because of news, right? Right around over here, because of news, price went up, right? So we need to understand, okay, cool, right now, right, because we had some positive results. This is positive, right? It was green. It's positive. Because of that, AUD went up. A lot of people were buying. Fundamental traders were buying at this moment. That doesn't cancel the fact that we're on this downtrend. So don't just go because of, it's green. Don't do that because trading is not as easy as that. But what you can understand is that, okay, what was the reason why price did this huge upwards push, even though we were in this downtrend, even though we should have just had a small retracement and then prices continue to go down, which you end up doing anyways, right? But we obviously had this huge push to the upside. Well, the reason why is because of the news, because of the impact of the news, right? So unemployment rate, very, very important. And this is really good for you guys to actually go hands-on, like actually go through, right? Go through news. Like for this week, we have every first Friday of the month, we have something called NFP, non-farm employment change, right? And so we click on here and you can actually see, okay, cool, November the 1st, that was last month. It was red, right? So November the 1st, let's have a look at November the 1st on gold. Okay, because that's when news is kind of good. So let's go November the 1st, which was, okay, that's there. Okay, we're on a 1 hour time frame, that's why. There we go. November the 19th, 7th, the 1st, right here. Right here, this candlestick right here. Okay, let's go into the 1 hour. Let's find it. Let's find it, guys. And this is something that you guys can actually do as well to really see what news is important. And let me just scale out. Where is November the 1st? We're getting there slowly. Wait, we missed it. This is what happens when, okay, November the 1st, 4th of November. I don't know why I didn't highlight it. Where is November the 1st? Okay, cool. The 31st of November, 31st of November, October. Cool. November the 1st coming up here. Okay, cool. November the 1st, right here. Okay, look what happened to the market. November the 1st, the whole of November until news came out. So news comes out around 1 p.m. Look what happens, right? We were ranging. Price did this big bearish push. Big bearish push to the downside, right? This is called fundamental news, where price is very wicky, and you can clearly see that USD tried to take control, and gold tried to continue up, but it didn't came down, went all the way down here, and then it actually built this momentum. So a lot of fundamental news, what happens is it builds momentum. And you can actually see here, we had crazy, oh, that's not a crazy wick. Okay. I thought that was a crazy ass wick, but it wasn't. And so yeah, news is like on NFP, very, very good. You know, you can see over here, that was kind of like a low movement, but October the 4th, you can see it was very, very volatile. So let's have a look at October the 4th. Let's keep going back. Right. And you guys literally, this is a really good technique that you guys can do, is really go into the markets and have a look. Okay, what happens? So November the 4th, sorry, October the 4th, we are, okay, cool. October the 4th, right? I already know it's here, right here. Look at that, 1 p.m. Look at the downwards push, right? Look at this. This is the news candlestick right here. Look at that push, guys. Like, that's news for you. Okay, and then look what happens right after news, goes right back up, liquidates all these traders, and then comes back down again. So you're going to see that. And this is probably around, let's have a look how many pips it was. News released, and it dropped down to around 300 pips. Crazy movements, right? So what have we learned with news today? Well, news, we learned that when there's red impact folders, we are going to see some sort of volatility. Number two is, what is important news? Well, PMI news, okay? PMI is here, PMI news. We got Fed Powell speaks, those are pretty big. You got unemployment claims, pretty big. And majority of these are all pretty big. We have CPI news, pretty big. You know, all of these pairs are pretty big, guys. Like as soon as when you see this red folder and it gives you the key here, in case you don't know what any of the terms means, right? Green is better than forecasted, red is worse than forecasted. And just because it's green or red doesn't mean you buy or sell. It just means that within the forecast it's saying. So for example, if it's red, the market might just be moving slowly because obviously it expected something else, but it just because it's red doesn't mean everyone's selling, right? Just don't follow this to the T and think that because I've tried it, it doesn't work like that. Okay. So yeah, what we learned today, we've learned that what is fundamental news? Fundamental news is what makes the market get a little bit more volatile. What is the high impact news? The ones that are red folders on Forex Factory. What pairs, when we look, what kind of pairs are we looking for? We're looking for the pairs that we have forecasted for the week. So for example, if I'm looking at USD pairs only, I'm going to look for USD red folder news. I'm not going to look at AUD red folder news because AUD is not the pair that I look at. I'm only going to look at USD. After that, we actually look, okay, we have to actually understand what the news, you don't have to research and memorize what news is what and start going deep in it. I don't really know what CPI is. All I knows it makes the market a little bit more volatile, and it literally tells you what it is, right? It measures the change in price of goods and services purchased by consumers, okay? It even tells you it's a consumer price index, okay? Everything's here for you. You don't actually have to do any type of learning. All the information is here for you. You can actually look back at the history and say, okay, cool. I want to see what the market did in July the 4th. I want to see what the market did in August the 2nd, September the 3rd, October the 3rd, November the 1st. And you can then over here, it even tells you when the next news is, right? For this Swiss franc, which is January the 6th, 2025. Okay. And so you can even see the frequency. It's released monthly about 3 days after the month ends. Okay. And for USD, let's say unemployment claims, we'll look at this. Right? Frequency, released weekly, usually on the first Thursday after the week ends. Okay, cool. The next release, well, it tells us December the 12th. So now you could put on your diary or your journal, your notes. Okay, December the 12th is the next day where I need to know that this unemployment claim is occurring. Okay, so then what happens is you now build up some sort of narrative of why price moved in a certain direction. So that's what you learned. Now, if you don't look at Forex Factory, right, let's just say, and you're looking at the market itself can give you insights to when the news are, okay? And I'll show you a little tip, right? You can see at the bottom over here. Now, if you don't have it, go on settings. I think it is in events right here, economic events, ticket, right? Only future events, ticket. Normally, this is just the normal thing that happens, but if it's unticked, ticket, okay? At the bottom, you can see we have the great American flag. You click the flag and it tells you news, what time, what the forecast is and everything. Obviously, it's not going to give you the colors, but it has given you the information that you need that there is news occurring. We know that here on the 4th, 12th, 2024, right? At 6:45 p.m. we have the Fed Powell speech. We have a speech occurring, okay, which could make the market go a little bit more higher or down. We don't know. We have another news. We have NFP, right? Non-farm payrolls. We have unemployment rates coming out on a Friday, right? We have another one. Michigan's consumer sentiment, whatever this is, right? Again, this is all on TradingView. So everything is all on this platform. You can use Forex Factory. I personally have Forex Factory up there just in case. I don't look at it to the T, like I don't every day. I just put it down on the weekly. I put it down maybe at the beginning of the week and understand what's going on. It's very important that you guys do the same thing. So usually what I like to do is when I start the week, I find the pairs that I like. Okay. Once I find the pairs that I like, I then look at the news. I see, okay, cool. The news, USD has some significant news, some red folders going on this week. So we're going to see a lot of volatility. So what that does to me is it gives me the indication that, okay, cool, we're going to see volatility. I am going to keep my stop loss a little bit larger, and I'm not going to fall for the fake outs. I'm not going to fall for the volatility and the fake outs of the market. I'm going to stick to my technical side, but I am aware the price can be moving choppy like this before news or during news, okay? So that's pretty much it when it comes to news and event-based trading. If you guys want to improve on your news trading, do what I said. Go on the Forex Factory, look at the dates, correlate it to the market, and you guys will then see how the when a good result comes, when a bad result. So like for example, with let's say for example unemployment claims, what I would do is I would look, okay, we had some greens over here. Let me see what happens when we see greens. And then I'll say, okay, cool. Every time we see greens, USD is quite strong, meaning that, you know, gold would go down and gold would be bearish. So now I know that. So next time when news comes and I see it's green, I would instantly know, okay, gold is bearish, but I'm going to use that confluence to my analysis. So this is a secondary confluence for technical traders. If you're a fundamental trader, I don't know what to say. You know, if you're trading based on news, I don't know what to say to you guys. But if you are trading technicals, confluence, the news and event-based trading confluences are going to be secondary. They're never going to be primary. Don't just trade because this is green. Don't trade it because this is green. Where you should actually look at it, okay, as I don't know why it's doing that, but you should look at it as that's green. Okay, let me have a look how it affected the market. Okay, affecting the market, the market's gone up. So that means when it's green, US must have lost its value a little bit for the currency pair to go up. For example, gold. And then you can build a narrative. You can write down your book or your journal, and then now you know that when certain news comes out, you kind of know what kind of reaction it will come across. Okay. If you guys have any questions, just comment down below and let me know, and I can explain to you guys. If you guys want to join my community, like I said earlier, click the link in the description below. Guys, if you're new to the bootcamp and this is one of your first videos to the bootcamp, I have a playlist of the bootcamp, or you can go to my channel and start from the beginning. Don't just go and watch day 25, day 2, day 3, day 4. Start from the beginning and go through it. Doesn't matter if you're if you're delayed or the bootcamp's down or whatever it is, doesn't matter. Go through it. If you guys do not understand this video and you want to understand it, rewatch it a few times so you can kind of program it into your brain, and then it will help, be fixated and it will be programmed into your brain and you'll kind of understand it. If you don't, obviously comment it down below. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a good trading day, and I'll see you guys on the next day of the boot camp. See you later, guys.